Changhua Wu joins me now from New York, where she is attending the UN Water Conference. She is the CEO of the Beijing Future Innovation Center and the Executive Director of the Professional Association for China's Environment. Thank you so much for joining our program.
Thank you for having me on.
Well, in your opinion, what are currently the biggest water issues in China, and how has climate change exacerbated those particular issues?
Well, I think China's challenges are shared by the global community as well. As we're discussing here at UN headquarters at the UN Water Conference there, I think China definitely suffers, the similar crisis there as well. One, of course, is pollution. We say it's too dirty. We still have not addressed the pollution issue so far, even though progresses have been made. A second issue actually is overconsumption, as highlighted by the UN conference as well. And then, of course, climate change related. When we talk about the climate change related water security threats, we're talking about sometimes too much, like floods, downpours, heavy precipitation, stuff like that. And in the meantime, there's some other regions or some other times it will be too little, meaning droughts, extreme heat waves, among others there. So those challenges are pretty much shared. But in the meantime, I think the UN conference wants to kick off another sort of a new era in terms of solutions, because more than ever, we are equipped with the data, information, and knowledge. We know where the problems are. And very importantly, now we know the solutions. The Baiyangdian Lake is one of the many, many examples in China that we started to restore nature. And this is also part of the commitment from the Global Biodiversity Framework that China chaired actually in the last couple of years already there. So in a nutshell, we all recognize water is life. We are all water somehow, and so we are part of nature, and for our own survival, for our own existence, we have to figure out actually how to protect nature, how to conserve nature, and also very importantly in that sort of framework, actually, we know water is the core part of nature.
Changhua, we saw in that last piece right before your interview that about some of the water conservancy measures China has implemented to combat some of these issues. How have they improved the situation in China?
Well, I think we have to celebrate. We do have a lot of things actually to celebrate. If you look at surface water quality, sometimes actually including groundwater quality there as well, the national government has set specific quantitative targets over the years. Every 5 years, we've been really on that at this moment. And today, actually, on the World Water Day, the 20th one, and there is a blue map being released about the water quality of China's surface water, at a watershed level. It's fascinating to see the progresses there. And if you look at, adaptation, climate change related adaptation there, China definitely is investing heavily in early warning monitoring systems, so that will be able to become, precaution, prevention, and protection there to manage and reduce the costs or losses as much as possible. In the meantime, very importantly, as I mentioned early on, we realize actually restore nature, recover a big part actually of the solutions there, including wetlands. And so now we know water is connected closely with the food, with the fiber, with the ecosystem, other lives, as well as the energy, with everything actually in it. So water, more than ever, is now more and more put at the core of the policymaking process to make sure when we plan, where to build a city, where we're going to settle or resettle people, and what kind of economic activities we're going to develop, put where. In a nutshell, we really need to consider to make sure the water carrying capacity is the solid foundation for that planning or investment decision process.
Changhua Wu, thank you so much for your expertise on this very important issue.
Thank you.